Today we're using AI-assisted research to dive into.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a really powerful idea. It's this. If you want to change your future, you have to change your habits. Because when you really think about it, it's those small things you do every single day that end up shaping your entire destiny. You know how it is, right? Every single year, it's the same old story. The calendar flips, we get this huge burst of motivation, and we make this long list of New Year's resolutions. We're totally convinced this is the year everything's going to change. But for most of us, it just doesn't. In fact, all that excitement pretty quickly crashes into a really, really shocking number. So what's going on here? Why does that amazing motivation just fizzle out so fast? Well, it's not about willpower, and it's not a lack of desire. The real answer is hidden much, much deeper, down in the very roots of our behavior. And that's exactly what we're going to dig into today. All right, first up, the same story every year. Let's talk about that common mindset, the one that honestly almost guarantees our best intentions won't last. See, we approach our goals with this all or nothing mentality. We expect some kind of magical transformation to happen overnight just because the date on the calendar changed. We decide we're going to uproot a habit we've had for like a decade in a single day. And right there, that's our first and biggest mistake. So to really get why this all or nothing fails, let's look at an old story. It's about a guru and his student taking a walk in the forest, and it perfectly illustrates the true nature of our habits. So as they're walking along, the guru points to this tiny little plant just a sprout and asks his disciple to pull it out. The disciple does it super easily with just one tug. Then, the guru points to a plant that's a little bigger. This time it takes a bit more effort. He has to put his back into it, but he gets it out. The third plant was even larger, and this time the disciple had to use all his strength, straining, sweating, before it finally came loose. And then the guru points to this massive 20-foot tree and says, "Now pull that one out." The disciple just stares at it, completely shocked. He's thinking, there is no way, this is impossible. He knew without even trying that the task was just hopeless. The roots were way too deep, way too strong. And this is where the story has its big reveal. The guru wasn't just teaching a lesson about gardening. He was teaching something profound about us, about human nature itself. The guru smiles and explains the whole point of the exercise. He says that our bad habits, they're just like these plants. You see, that giant tree didn't just pop up overnight. Its roots grew deeper and stronger over years and years, making it almost immovable. So, here's the aha moment. We fail at our resolutions because we are trying to uproot a giant tree in one day. We're tackling these deeply ingrained habits, things like procrastination or eating junk food, that have had years to grow, and we expect to conquer them with one single burst of January 1st motivation. A new, small habit? That's easy to change. That's just like pulling out that first tiny plant. And this is really the core lesson here. If a bad habit isn't dealt with when it's young, when its roots are still shallow, it can grow to feel like a permanent part of who you are. You can fight it with everything you've got, but those deep roots will just keep you stuck right where you are. So, okay, how do we actually use this ancient wisdom in our own lives? Well, this brings us to a super practical strategy for making real, lasting change. I want you to think of your habits as the GPS for your life. You don't need some dramatic 90-degree turn, a tiny 1-degree shift in your direction, a small, manageable change. It might seem insignificant today, but over the course of a year, that tiny shift will land you in a completely different and way better destination. This brings us to our most valuable resource, doesn't it? Time. It's free, but it's also absolutely priceless. You can't own it, you can't buy back a single second of it, and every moment we wait, every day we put off making a change, we're basically watering those bad habits, letting their roots grow just a little bit deeper. So when you put all of this together, it leads to one simple, really powerful conclusion. Don't wait for a special date on the calendar. The perfect moment? It's an illusion. It doesn't exist. Like the famous proverb says, the time to act is always and only now. Putting it off until tomorrow is just giving that bad habit another 24 hours to strengthen its grip on you. So here's the big takeaway. Instead of staring at that giant, intimidating tree in your life, look for the small plants. Identify the little negative habits, the ones you can change right now, with just a little bit of effort. Uproot them today before they ever get a chance to grow into something that controls you. So, I'll leave you with this one question. Forget about some huge, grand plan for the future. Just focus on this moment. What is one small plant, one tiny negative habit that you have the power to uproot right here, right now?
This video uses AI-assisted tools for research and narration.